Just now today, the Fed responded to the $5,000 stimulus check, otherwise known as Doge dividend or rebate check that we've all heard about so many times as of recently, that was just floated a few weeks ago. Now, earlier today, the chairman of the Federal Reserve was out in a press conference shortly after the Fed decision this afternoon, and one of the reporters came in and asked him about the $5,000 Doge dividend. So in just a minute here, I'll be bringing in a clip so you can hear exactly what the reporter asked the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, and his response to this $5,000 Doge dividend. Now, again, remember, this was originally floated about three and a half weeks or so ago, give or take a little bit. I've covered this extensively. I've answered tons and tons of questions about this. I've been on live streams answering this. This is all over there in the headlines. And as you can hear right here in this clip from the reporter, an official piece of legislation, a bill, will be introduced officially out of lawmakers here soon in regards to this $5,000 stimulus or Doge dividend rebate check back to us. And again, I want to bring that clip in right away of Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve. So here is the question out of the reporter, and then the answer is Jerome. So here you go. This is it. And I will come back in just a minute. By the way, this is only like a 30-second clip or so. And then I will come back and we'll talk about this a little bit further. All right, here's the clip, and let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
Last month, the idea of a Doge dividend was proposed, which would send $5,000 checks to every taxpayer from Doge savings. President Trump and Elon Musk have supported this. There's reports there could be a bill introduced on Capitol Hill. What impact might that have on household savings and spending in terms of your growth and outlook for inflation?
You know, it's not appropriate for me to speculate on political ideas or fiscal policy for that matter. So I'm gonna pass on that one. Thank you.
All right, so there's the clip, the reporter asking the question in regards to the $5,000 Doge dividend and what that would mean for all of us and our savings and things like that. And Jerome Powell coming in promptly dodging the question, which is honestly not a big shock whatsoever. Jerome Powell is pretty good about dodging questions and tiptoeing around answers. Now, you might be wondering first off, why was he out talking about anything today in regards to the economy? Well, today was the day in which the Federal Reserve comes out once every 6 weeks for their FOMC meeting, and that just so happened to be today. So they did make their announcement on interest rates, which, by the way, they did not move at all. They continued to pause right where they've been at, and that was the expectation. We kind of knew that they'd be doing this, but again, holding interest rates very, very high. Now, 30 minutes after the press release from the interest rate decision comes out, then Jerome Powell, again, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, comes out in that press conference, and he answers questions from reporters. Well, then you heard this one question right here, and this idea about the Doge dividend. Now, obviously, this was something that we heard about three and a half weeks or so ago with this Doge dividend, otherwise known as the stimulus check. And again, I've answered so many questions about this. I've covered it extensively, but there's so many different topics out there in regards to this, and many people wondering, when are we going to get it? Who's going to be included? When are we going to see it? What we really need to be looking at, though, first off, is when will this official piece of legislation actually be introduced? As you heard the reporter right there say, we're likely going to be seeing an official announcement, an official introduction, an official proposal out of lawmakers to introduce this $5,000 Doge dividend. Now, here's the thing as well. I really want to emphasize this. This is strictly based on the performance out of Doge, okay? Remember, Department of Government Efficiency. You've heard me talk about it a ton of times so far this year. They've been out there doing all kinds of different things, but basically, the Doge dividend or the stimulus check, whatever, rebate check, again, it does not matter the name. The name is completely irrelevant to this whole thing, but basically, the distribution of that money is a 20% profit share or a 20% bounty back to us in the form of what they're calling a dividend based on the performance out of Doge. So just remember, as of right now, Doge has apparently saved over $100 billion of taxpayer dollars, and they're going at about a $4 billion run rate right now. In other words, per day, they're saving about $4 billion of taxpayer money, okay? Now, as of now, and according to the Doge website, they're over $100 billion of savings. Now, this is about $700-ish of potential savings back to us, the people, that they have basically at their disposal right now. So if they were to dispense a Doge dividend or a stimulus check or a rebate check, whatever it happens to be, under this current proposal, they would have about $700 for each of us as of right now. Okay, it's a little bit more than that, but it's about $700, give or take a little bit, based on their current savings. But remember, the goal is not $100 billion. The goal is minimum $1 trillion or ultimately $2 trillion would be the ultimate goal, okay? And that's where that $5,000 would come from. So they've got a long way to go here. But anyway, I want to bring this to you really quickly. I've had a lot of people reaching out about this. And here you go. Yep, for those people out there that have said, no, this isn't a real thing. Yes, they introduced this weeks and weeks ago. I've covered it so much. It's everywhere in the headlines. Yeah, this whole Doge dividend plan is a real thing. They've talked about it. Again, obviously it's not passed yet. I've made that very clear as well. And who knows? Maybe they'll bring in the official introduction of a piece of legislation here to actually float this whole thing. Either way, this is the response out of the Fed today, literally this afternoon. The chairman of the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell, they're speaking and answering, or dodging, I should say, the answer to that question. Let's just see. By the way, he has absolutely zero influence on this, okay? So for anybody out there saying, well, we're not getting it because he said we're not getting it. Well, first off, he didn't say we're not getting it. He literally avoided the question, but he has literally no say whatsoever. He has no impact, no influence, nothing on this. The president can do it, and lawmakers can do it. This guy, Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, is none of the above. He's the chairman of the Federal Reserve. That's it, okay? He's not a lawmaker. He's not the president. Nothing like that. Nothing at all. He has no authority over this whatsoever, okay? So even though he didn't answer the question, who cares? Doesn't really matter. But it's kind of interesting that he just kind of tiptoed around this and basically said, nah, I'm not going to answer that. I don't know. Find it to be a little interesting. All right, so anyway, I want to share this with you really quickly. This is what we know as of now. Again, I will continue to keep you updated with any further information. Make sure to stand by. There's a lot of things going on right now. Anyway, please, if you can share this video, there's a big share button right down below with your friends, your family, neighbors, acquaintances, siblings, social media. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Also, you see the phone number there on your screen. Make sure to call the guys over at Chapter. If you have any questions or need any help with Medicare, Medicare Supplements, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Part D, initial enrollment in Medicare, Medigap plans, whatever you've got, they'll help you. They're absolute experts on this. They're saving the average person $1,100 of savings, the average person. That's incredible. So give them a call. And again, it's 100% for free for them to do all that work for you on your behalf. So anyway, give them a call if you want. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching this. Really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you're new here or if you've not done so yet. Big subscribe button right down below the video. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Otherwise, check out the 5,000 plus videos here on the channel. The popular videos I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section. And right now popping up on your screen as well. You'll see some videos there. Check those out. Otherwise, have a nice day. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you again later.